I think it's at least 7 or 8 years that you have been in the same field now. So you are a mechanical design engineer at where you work right now, right? So
Yeah.
how do you think you have evolved as a mechanical design engineer over a period of 7 or 8 years?
Okay. So I think you're involving some years in the college as well in that experience, which would
Yeah.
be, I think, 4 years. Um, yeah. So I think what I felt as I've gained more experience is that there is this intuition that you gain over a point of time, especially in mechanical engineering. Uh, that intuition is basically about how a part behaves or a product behaves within a given set of boundary conditions. I think that can only come with experience when you get to do a lot of hands-on on a project and you learn from your mistakes. That is one thing that I've felt that has become stronger. The intuition part, you don't have to think about basic things anymore, which kind of helps in reducing the initial time it takes you to reach a first iteration of a prototype, for instance. Then the other thing is the ability. Like I feel that I've gained an ability to understand how people interact with things. That is something that I did not really think about um, early in my early in my experiences with design projects. Uh, that is a really crucial element, especially for the things that I work on. It's very important to understand how people will use the product that you design. Is it safe to use, and is it reliable? Will people enjoy it? Is it ergonomic and things like that? So that is one thing that I put a lot of emphasis on when I'm thinking about my designs. And then this is something not really technical, but I feel that with time I've also realized the importance of planning for a mechanical engineer, because things like lead times, they are real. And for a mechanical engineer, being a mechanical engineer, you have to respect the supply chain that you are going to create or affect through your designs, and you have to take into account all those aspects as well when you are designing something. So you need to keep in mind that the way you design a component or a product can impact deadlines, can impact other stakeholders, and things like those things, which are not really on the technical side, but they're more on the operations front, for instance, or a little bit on the management side. So that's kind of how I would describe my evolution. It's like, in addition to technical stuff, I've also gained a lot of like practical and stuff related to humans and people. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, I think what you're trying to say is that over these years of working on multiple projects, now you have become a more intuitive mechanical engineer. So, I mean, as you do more projects, as you get hold of multiple mechanical objects in your journey, then you kind of become more intuitive in your decisions. Sense of intuition that you have developed, that would mean that you would save a lot of time performing calculations, which probably you did a lot during the initial phase.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and the other thing that you're talking about is thinking from a usability point of view. When you are working on a project on your own as a student, you don't really care about that. You just want to you know
Yeah.
get it done. You want to build it, and you are more process oriented and not thinking about how it will be used by the customer. And the
Yeah.
third thing that you talk about, I think, is related to professionalism and uh, the operations part of it. How uh, so that thing that you're talking about is more related to project management, if I'm not mistaken, and less
Yeah.
related to the actual design aspects, right?
Yes, that is correct.